back in the shower after a 5-day shift. It's peak season, so I'm recovering my body. But as I've been delivering packages, I've been listening to an audiobook, Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. And y'all motherfuckers never read Ayn Rand. Y'all just been going by what you've heard other people say about her. I mean, first off, and I don't hear this said enough when it comes to Rand, she's a damn good fucking writer. Like, divorce her philosophy from all that. From all of it. Atlas Shrugged is a damn good, interesting fucking story. So was The Fountainhead. I read that too before I started reading Atlas Shrugged. She is so good with her prose and her imagery and the way she captures the human experience, or at least her human experience. You know, she went all in on her philosophy and shit, but damn, the girl had fucking talent that I don't see people praise enough for her writing, because, man, she was really fucking good. The other thing I also want to point out, I'm not even like halfway through Atlas Shrugged, because that's a huge ass fucking book. Right? But this is the other thing I noticed about Ayn Rand. Bitch was horny as hell. Yo, I'm reading this book, and, like, just the way she just, like, anytime there's, like, any type of scene with sexual imagery and whatnot, like, clearly Anne was a strong-willed woman, and she had some ideas. And they did not limit at her political philosophy, and it shows in her fucking writing. She'd hate me to say this, but God bless her. Now, I hardly consider myself a true objectivist, but as I've been navigating all this spiritual shit I've been going through, all this esoteric shit, all this weird shit inside my head, right? And I'm picking it apart and chewing it out and figuring out how this new timeline works, how the 5D consciousness works. Ayn Rand has been my compass, A to Z. And it's so ironic because, really, I find we're all talking about the same shit. We're just using different words for it, different imagery, different patterns, different ways of selling it. But we're all talking about the same thing. The thing that exists between the words, between the actions, the space between, in the silence. There is something there, and it is unmeasurable and unknowable by its nature. And some would say, well, if it can't be measured and it can't be known, why bother talking about it? No, I think that's a mistake. I think we should talk about it. In fact, I'm talking about it right now. With you, with whoever is chosen to watch this long enough, and so, as I've heard others say, if this is resonating with you, then you're catching my vibe. If not, I imagine you'll just scroll past. I do want to get up to a 50 subscriber count on this account, and I do want to have a voice in this whole conversation, even though I am hermiting like a motherfucker. I'm in a hermit phase, but I still want to have some sort of interaction with the outside world, just to share the gold. Because I'm not having children, so once I'm done with this meat suit, I'm done. You know, and I'm not coming back. I'm not reincarnated. I'm not doing this shit over again. I'm like Lao Tizo, like writing his whole fucking message into the sand, motherfuckers. I suppose I'm one of those crazy ass people that think they're wise or some shit. The only thing I'm seeking is my community, my tribe, that place I'm supposed to be at. I had that once, or at least a version of it. But you know how it works with alchemy, self-alchemy. Something of equal or greater value has to be lost in exchange for the transformation to happen. Something had to be sacrificed. I chose me. And choose myself to be sacrificed is not what I'm saying. I'm saying I chose me to survive because the old timeline, the old choices, the old pattern was robbing me of my full potential. So I made the moves and I made the choices that I did, and I don't regret them. Because really, we're talking about something where, like, nobody got hurt in a physical sense. Any pain that's there now is a phantom pain. And I'm suffering the same wound as them. The only difference is I made a choice to walk away from the table once I realized what I was putting in was not being returned. It's not in the way that, or not in the currency that I needed or required in that moment. And maybe that's because that group of people that I was hanging around with, they just didn't have that currency, you know? They could still pay me, but not pay me in the way that I needed in that moment to support that whole architecture. And you know, you try to do your best, you try to jury rig, you try to duct tape shit together, but at a certain point, if something's not going to hold, it's not going to hold. For a long time, since I was 18, I chose to become a shield. That this is what you call a paradigm shift. Because I'm done being a shield. I'm on the offensive and I'm gaining ground. It's a good time to be Lux. I wanted to be. In this now present moment. I'm in a nice warm bath. I got a rubber ducky. Put some salts in this motherfucker. I got a thing of Cheetos and a beer over here. Yeah, this may as well be fucking Hawaii. Because this is a vacation for me. And this is my day off. I ain't got to do shit today. Except to go pick up my wife. Lovely woman. I cherish her so much. She's beautiful. She's everything I could possibly need or want in a person. She's my wolf girl. She's my loba. Care about her. Because she's ride or die. She's evergreen. I'm a man of many delusions, but I'm aware of them. Of those, there's a God delusion. And I don't sample that one all the time, but at this moment I'm sipping from that cup. And I look at my architecture, I look at my choices, I look how I responded to things over this past year. Because this past year has been one hell of a ride, and things are just getting started because I'm only 37. See, part of this is a midlife crisis. I'm right at the medium age for my life expectancy, and I put some abuse on this body with all the alcohol, and before the surgery I was really fucking heavy. So imagine, even though I'm fucking lighter now and leaner and meaner, I still put mileage on the car. So I don't know how much actual sand is in my hourglass. But I know at least at this very moment, I got at least another 3 decades in me. Guaranteed. After that, everything else I get after the next 30 years, that'll just be gravy. That's how I'm looking at my time left on the space rock. 30 years, and 30 years is a long time. It took me 37 years to notice how time works. It took me 37 years to realize I'm a fucking adult. Yeah, that switch just clicked recently for me. It's a strange, wild, wonderful thing to be a human being and to be experiencing all this. It's fucking terrifying too. Don't get me wrong. It is absolutely terrifying. But maybe this was the secret for me. After my initial years of childhood and whatnot, I fell hard into the fear and the angst, and now I'm at the point where it's like, I'm not afraid anymore, really, of anything. I mean, I'm still human, of course. I have flaws. And I still can get off center. But it's like, really, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm only alive for this time, and nothing except, hell, not even my body is going to survive this experience. And that's And yeah, I know the waves of negativity and the bad feelings about that because I've been aware of my mortality since I was a fucking child. I've sat with that fear for so long. It's just like, I don't know how to describe it because I'm not immune to fear. I'm not immune to fear. I can get afraid. I can get rattled. But there's also an element of just none of this matters unless I have a child. If you have children, if you're going down that path, then yeah, then absolutely, like that's a legacy or something. So is that what this is all about? Just like we have this brief mark moment of being a candle flame, and then we got to choose what to do with that fire before we go out completely to try to leave a mark on this world, leave some sort of thing to try to raise the watermark before we just, and then everybody else just builds off the back of all of us. We are all Cthulhu. In the end, the fame and the recognition doesn't even matter. We think, therefore we are. But does something like a self really exist inside any of us? What we call self, I fear, is Cthulhu. That's what Lovecraft was pointing out. That's what Lovecraft was afraid of, and that's why Lovecraft had all his negative thoughts about it. But, you know, Cthulhu could also just be as terrifying, but so helpful too. I'm reminded of the Lego Movie 2, Queen Whatever I Wanna Be. And I'm also reminded of the Rango movie. Like, realize you can be anything. And you can be good things too. People are just gonna be wound out because they don't like inconsistency. Everybody likes consistency. Everybody likes coherence. If you're too much jumping off the walls and shit and make everybody too nervous, yeah, they're gonna react in a negative way. I have one benefit. I'm going to praise myself a little bit. I don't think that many people who have a mind like mine would be as functional. It's purely just because I've adapted and moved and figured out things long enough. It's experience. There's wounds on my soul. But I've learned and they've made me sharper. They've made me stronger. They've made me like a sawtooth blade. And there's nothing wrong with being a sawtooth blade. You just have to be precise. Nice. Yeah, nice. That's a word that has kind of devolved in meaning, but I looked it up recently. And it doesn't actually mean like, oh, that warm and gentleness, that feeling. No, that's kindness. Like, Mr. Rogers wasn't a nice man. He was a kind man. He was a genuine motherfucker. Being nice is just being precise. being a nice guy, right? Yeah, so, fuck the nice guys, right? Because they're only after one thing. Yeah, whatever. So it's like a real nice guy is just like a samurai with his blade, just being precise with his cuts. Rude, yes, but an abrupt awakening for those that can't see. Anyway, I've rambled on for about 20 minutes. That was your Lex life update. Your boy doing well. I'm gonna go back to enjoying this tub. God bless you all. Peace be with you.